crazy mother.
What it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Rod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Podcast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today, I'm going to answer a question or attempt to answer a question to the best of my abilities. Why do men stay in relationships they are not happy in? And trust me, I am not the word for all men. I am not the model for all men. These are just my opinions based on my experiences and my various wisdoms as it pertains to relationships. So, why do men stay in relationships that they're not happy in? There's a plethora of reasons. There's many reasons why a man would stay in a relationship that he's not happy in. One, he could be simply not trying to lose everything that he's accumulated and worked for, right? So so a man will sacrifice for the things he's worked hard for. He sacrifices. I'll be even unhappier if I leave this woman, lose my house, lose access to my kids, have to pay for something that I'm not in. I mean, there's that. You know, you have to look at that. You know, and on top of it all, you lose access to the children, but not only you lose access, you lose your connection to the children and possibly to the next generation coming along. Because so many times when men are X'd out of the lives of children, we know it's not only our children, it's our grandchildren as well. You feel me? So there's a huge gap or a long length of time that a man probably does not see his children or even his grandchildren. It might even get to the point where his grandchildren are of age before he gets to see anybody, right? Next, I mean, you just got to realize that, you know, maybe my unhappiness is partly due to my choices, you know, partly due to things I need to fix. So before I jump out of this relationship, I'm going to see if I can fix it. I'm going to see if I can fix me. And if I can fix me and deal with whatever issues I may have that's causing me to be unhappy, then maybe I can be happy within this thing we call a relationship. And then I could become the best version of myself that will be the best partner for my wife or for my lady. Right? Then you have just the simple fact that you stay in relationships because we know the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You know, with the mindset of so many women, the typical woman is if you dealing with that typical woman, running to another woman, you gonna run into the same BS. So it's like, man, I might as well just stay here, you know. Probably ain't nothing better out there, you know what I'm saying? Some men are defeated. You know, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. Hell, if I leave, find somebody else, I can wind up in the same situation again. But if I stay here, I'm gonna be unhappy, you know, and possibly have her leave me and take everything. So man, it's just like it seems like doom and gloom on no matter which way you turn when it comes to men and relationships. But that's not the case. That's not the truth. The truth is that, you know, we have to choose better. As men, we have to choose better. We have to take accountability for the women we bring into our lives, right? We have to vet them better. Stop choosing women just based solely off of what she looks like. Stop trying to be a woman's savior. You know, you literally have men out there that think they're better than other men because, you know, my woman, you know, she need me for everything. You know, I do everything. Bro, I don't want a dependent. I want to deal with a grown person. Not just because, you know, a grown person is not grown because of just their age. A grown person is grown because they take responsibility for the things that they have created in their lives, be it their own bills, be it children, whatever. When I deal with women, I deal with women that are responsible adults. They hold themselves accountable for things. They don't always need to be propped up. They don't always need to be pampered and all this other stuff. No, man, we're grown. We live in a grown world. You deal with a woman that's going to give you the same kind of love that you give her. They say, well, everybody wants to say your woman is a mirror of you, and vice versa. You can't have one person happy and the other person busting their ass trying to keep this person happy. No, that's not the route to go. So a lot of men suffer in silence. They just go with the flow. They don't. I think the biggest reason for why men stay in relationships, and because I remember doing the same thing, I stayed in mine because, hey man, I had children. I wanted to see my children on a regular basis. I wanted to be a part of their lives, their everyday, their daily existence, making decisions and choices and helping them grow and become better people. That's one of the reasons why I speak so much to the young guys and tell them, be careful who you pick, because children are definitely, indeed, a blessing. But when you pick the wrong woman, they could become your curse. So I think we need to be more. We need to do our due diligence when we're dealing with females that we see as potential mothers of our children and our mates. We gotta stop just letting all that, ooh, she's fine as hell, Bro, we gotta start choosing women that's gonna elevate us. The legacy. Because you have to, it's up to you fellas to choose a woman that's gonna be a part of building your legacy. You gotta choose that kind of woman. Stop dealing with these women you gotta chase around and stuff like that. Stop dealing with these women that you have to impress. When a woman is into you, she's into you. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm with my girls, I'm going on a girls trip, I gotta do this, I'm going here, I don't have time to talk. Nah, bro. They gonna make time for you. Their busy schedule will be, you're gonna be a part of their busy schedule. They're gonna make time, because everybody has time to kick it every now and again. You might not be right at that moment, but they have time. They'll have time. So let's do our due diligence, fellas, and start thinking about the future and what it holds for us and the legacy that we're trying to leave on this planet. And in order to do that, if you're going to have a legacy, involving children and not just your material assets, you have to find a woman that's going to be on your team. Not just because she's trying to get something out of you. You have to find a woman that truly believes in your vision, your legacy. So, I don't know, maybe you need to change some of these standards, bro. We got these, we look at these IG models with these BBLs and all this stuff. Those are not women you want to leave a legacy with. You don't want to leave a legacy. You don't want to try to create a legacy with these type of women. My fault. You don't want to try to create a legacy with these type of women, because they're in it for themselves. We're in it to build something bigger and bolder. We want our families to come out of these generational curses or generational bad choices that we've made, and we want to become. Every generation should become better than the next. And see, we're going backwards. We got to stop picking these women that want to play in makeup all day, jump on Instagram and social media and look at me, shake their ass. We got to stop picking those kind of women. I'm not saying don't look at them, I'm not saying, don't smash them. If you smash them though, you gotta strap up. You gotta you gotta put on that hat, bro. You gotta put on that Timmy hat so that you ain't procreating with these chicks that's attention-seeking whores. You don't want to do that. You don't want a attention whore on your arm, because that's going to derail you from your mission. You want a woman that's going to keep you focused on what's important. You don't need to be thinking about, who she with, she on Instagram shaking her ass again. You don't need that. You need a woman that's going to help you stay focused, because her actions are going to be aligned with your actions, and you two are there to build one another up. You know, y'all keep trying to grab these women and build them up, and all these dudes, they got a little money. Broke niggas think that way. No. Why are so many men that have money? Why are they getting married, but their assets are in their mom's names? You know what I'm saying? It's like, brother, y'all have to learn how to protect yourselves. And you start protecting yourself by finding the right woman. You got to find the woman that's going to fit into your world. Hey, if you a dude that like to sit in the crib and you're a homebody, you have to find a woman that's a homebody. You can't date a woman that's a social butterfly, that's always out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, bro. We jump into these relationships, and then we're committed to them, but those people in that relationship aren't committed to us. So what we need to do from here on out is to become better at deciphering who's who in this world of women. Like I said, you got the average, the good, and then you have the special women. And so often we're taking the average woman and treating her special, and then we get a special woman and then we treat her like she's an average woman. Nah, bro, we got to do better. We got to do better for not only our sake, but for our children's sakes, bro. We got to build a legacy starting with the decisions we make concerning us, bro. It's 2025. We're going to rise and fly, and we're seeking improvement